In a breakdown of this week's segment 2, we're hearing from a Bay Area comedian who grew up in public housing, got wrapped up in street life and served time in jail, and now he's using the tough lessons he learned to make people laugh. Hannibal Thompson has been to Korea, Japan, and Kuwait as part of the USO tour. He says talking to him now, most people would never know the things he went through growing up in San Francisco's Fillmore. He says his brother was shot and killed in 2005. Then 7 months later, he was shot 6 times by someone he didn't even know, simply for being on the wrong side of town. After a few stints in jail, Thompson knew he had to make a change after being arrested in front of his mother, younger brother, and 4-month-old daughter.
I don't care what it is, just find what you love to do and do it, and that'll take you into a whole different space, and that's what stand-up comedy has done for me.
And recently he shot his first ever comedy special called 12 Stories. Now this special is based on his life when he lived in public housing in San Francisco, housing that has since been knocked down. That special begins airing online today. For more on all of this, let's send it right over to Paul Chambers.
All right, thank you, Mike. I'm here with Hannibal. Hannibal, you got to be excited. Today is the big day, right?
Yes, sir. Been waiting a long time for this.
Did you ever think you would make it to this day? Like we said, you had some tough times in your past.
When I was in the streets, I didn't even think about this day much. But as I transitioned out of the streets, I kind of knew it was coming. As long as I put the work in, I knew God was going to put me in a position to, do whatever I wanted to do.
Let's talk about your past. A lot of people always blame it because, the parents weren't there, but your parents were there.
Yes, my mom and my dad. I've never went a week without talking to my mom or my dad, so it wasn't my parents' fault at all, solely on me.
And it wasn't like you did it as a young child. You did it after you graduated.
After I graduated
high
school, I was an adult. Yeah, I've never been to juvenile hall at all. Never.
Talk to me about some of the things that changed your life around, to watch some family members and to watch people get victim of gun violence.
It was weird because some of the gun violence didn't change me, actually. What changed me is I had a young daughter, and I didn't want to put her through something that I didn't go through. My parents didn't go through the streets and jail and stuff like that. My dad went to jail and stuff, but it wasn't like I was missing him because he was always there, That's probably when I was real young. I didn't want to put my daughter through that, and again, you get kind of tired mentally. It's too much against you in the street, so I had to, figure my life out.
And of course, you were considered a gang injunction because of people you associated with. Yeah. How was that? We talked when you said there's no one who wants to be in a gang.
Right. It's not like this organized thing where you got to get jumped in or we're wearing colors and stuff like that. Half of the people on the gang junction, probably 3/4 of the people are brothers and cousins and, real family from the sandbox, So it's not like this organized thing with cops or anybody else trying to portray it to be. But not making excuses for it or anything, but it's not what it seems.
And a surprising thing to me is even after you were shot, you were right back out there on the streets.
Yes, sir.
In your cast and in your wheelchair.
In my cast, sitting up one leg like this in the wheelchair. Somebody came and shot me again, I don't know what to do. I was going to try to run for the bullets, but wasn't. Yeah, right back.
But we've moved beyond that.
Yes, sir.
Today you're kicking off like I said, your special, and it's all about your 12 stories, the high-rise and your stories yourselves, right?
Yes.
Give me a little about that.
It's a lot of based on, I'm an insult comedian, so everything is based on my family and situations I've been through. I don't get into the political stuff like that, but 12 Stories is a comedy special about, like I said, my family. My dad, everybody's goofy in my family. So I tell a lot of stories in the comedy special. They come from the 12 Stories projects. We're in the house, we're sitting around a table and I'm listening to stories they're telling. I'm bringing them to the stage, and then as I got older, I'm telling more stories. We're at my grandmother's house, or some stuff my uncle did, or my dad, or my mom. We're all like comedians in our own way in our family. So I'm just really transitioning stories that we sit around the house and tell and bring them to the stage.
All right, thank you so much, Hannibal. Like he said, he went from the streets to the stage. We put more information on where you can watch Hannibal's special on KTVU.com. Look for it in the web link section under the Mornings on 2 tab. You can also find it on your mobile app. Thank you very much. Appreciate talking to you.
Thank you.
Mike, back to you, my friend.